I'm on schedule to get my license back now, and I feel very confident, and I am feeling better.
But once we get in the car, I mean, it's always the same issues. I mean, explaining to him why he isn't allowed to drive is just, it's daily. We explain it daily, and sometimes we get a little frustrated. Even though he has a lot of memory loss, the one thing he doesn't forget is that he can't drive. I mean, it's such an emotional attachment, him and driving. I mean, that's his independence. That is just, he's never let go of it.
There's something about not getting around and being active implies that a person's less than a man.
It's very frustrating because everybody is telling the patient with Alzheimer's that they can't remember and they don't really appreciate that. And then it becomes very difficult for patients to understand why they can't drive any longer, and very difficult for families to then figure out how do they go about getting the keys away.
Oh, I put the club on.
I've been driving all my life, and I still feel that I can drive, although the doctors have restricted me from driving.
Well, Dad, you don't have a license, and till you produce one, the club stays on.
It's a very objective, I really object to not being able to drive. And I feel that I see some people out there driving that are not as good at drivers as I am, and they still have their license. So I complain about it just about daily and just about hourly. But at any rate, I am going through a certain amount of hoops and doctor's instructions and that, and I've been told that I'll get my license back again, so I'm counting big on that.
And the club stays on till that happens. It's daily. He wants to go talk to the police. He's daily at registries. He walks over to registries to find out the status of his license.
Yeah. May I have your ID, please? What status are you suspended or?
Well, I think perhaps I've been suspended, but I'm just wondering.
For what reasons?
For health reasons.
Health reasons? All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you tell me what your address is?
Yes, you are. We can't do anything for you. You do have to contact license enforcement. I'll give you their phone number, and you contact them, and they'll tell you exactly what has to be done.
Okay, thanks
All
very
right.
much. What does it say on my license right now?
Right now, you're not supposed to be driving, sure at all. Okay, you are suspended for medical conditions.
His family doctor is the one who actually, with all the doctors that my father has right now, I mean, I guess they've all just kind of decided to pull his license. So his family doctor is actually like the head guy that gets all the information. So my dad wants to go see Dr. Adams, that's his doctor, every day to find out if he, why he took his license away.
And one of the things that I very much want back is my driver's license, but I do believe I have to have your recommendation and your thoughts on my ability to drive before I'll get it back.
That's correct.
So,
He's been doing this for the last probably 10 months. And he comes in about once a month, and so now he's starting to get that urge again to, I'm feeling better, I can do better. But when I talk with his family, he's not doing better. When I talk to his other doctors that take care of him, no, he's not doing better. But if I take away his hope, then I've just taken away his life.
I know I'm improving each day, and I
And
feel...
that's why we have gone farther now in making sure that, because you continue to improve, that's why we've said, if you're still improving, the better way to do it is to make sure that you get to that plateau that you're, hey, I feel confident now, I feel like I can do something, and then trying it.
Yes, I agree with that, and I'm not going to go for the test even today because I don't have any pressing reason not to do it for a week or two, and I feel that I'm still improving each day.
That's good. He's been given the diagnosis of a dementia. He's been told there's a lot of things that are going to happen. Some of them he remembers, some of them he doesn't, but he still has that, the last hope of, I want to have my freedom back. And right now he's accepting that he can't do that. And with that hope that he can. And so, yes, we'll have to face that sometime, but right now we've had it almost 9 months where we can allow him to still be happy with life.
You really need an outside person who has no interest. I don't want to tell him that he can't drive and that I think there's something wrong with him, because he'll get angry, and that, of course, is the crux of the matter. I wanted someone else to make that decision. He wouldn't then not blame me, but think of me as being the bad guy. Someone else has to be the bad guy. The spouse or the caregiver can't.
And you know, at least if there were to be at some point regulation put into place, it takes it away from the responsibility of the family to have to enforce such an action. And it's much easier when you have, you know, some outside body, some governmental body who says you must do this or it must be done this or that way.
Yeah.
You know, it's very difficult because you don't know what's the right thing to do. And, you know, I mean, I told my mom, I says, Mom, just because you can't drive doesn't mean it's the end of the world. I felt bad for my mom, and I just felt that she didn't trust me.
No.
To help her to do the right thing. And I mean, I'm an only child, and I've been there for my mother all the time. I've helped her through many situations. And I said, Mom, you know, why would I want to hurt you? Why would I do this to hurt you? And then she apologized to me. She said, no, I know, you know, that you care about me. But she was hurt and angry, and of course, who do you take it out on? The person that's closest to you. So I just, it was very hard for me as well, because, you know, nobody likes to see their parent go through any difficult time.
Maybe it's inconvenience for you to have to drive that person around if they are no longer able to drive. But just think of the life you may save by taking those keys away, hiding the keys, because it's going to happen no matter what. You will have to deal with this situation eventually. And again, nip it in the bud and take the keys away, go to the doctor, whatever it takes.